A man has been charged with stalking the Lib Democrat leader Sir Ed Davey and his family in what police describe as a prolonged campaign of harassment between June and October this year. Maybe he'd taken lessons from Alex Belfield. The accused, Inigo Rowland, aged 58, from Surbiton, South West London, was arrested on Monday the 6th of October, appeared on the 7th at Wimbledon Magistrates Court, where he was remanded in custody, and his next appearance is scheduled for tomorrow, on Tuesday. He faces 2 charges, stalking and possession of a flick knife. And according to the court listing, Mr. Rowland allegedly turned up at Sir Ed's home unannounced and on numerous occasions, and police confirmed that the alleged incidents occurred repeatedly over a 4-month period. Sir Ed, who has represented Kingston and Surbiton for most of the past quarter century, lives with his family, his wife Emily, their 17-year-old son John, who has severe disabilities, their daughter Ellie. Emily, who lives with multiple sclerosis, has spoken in the past about the demands of caring for their son, and Sir Ed has been open about his fears for his children's welfare. In an earlier interview he said, "My biggest thing with my son is, when I'm not here, who is going to look after him?" And that personal vulnerability makes the episode particularly disturbing. A Metropolitan Police spokesperson said, "Inigo Rowland of Surbiton has been charged with stalking and possession of a flick knife. He appeared at Wimbledon Magistrates Court on Tuesday the 7th of October and was remanded into custody. He will next appear at the same court on Tuesday the 17th of October. And the Lib Dems have released a brief statement. "We cannot provide any details at this time. Ed's number one priority is the safety of his family." Press reports, including those from The Sun, suggest Sir Ed contacted the police after a man appeared both at his home and constituency office, and a source described the family's ordeal as traumatic, adding that the suspect appeared to have become fixated. It's worth recalling that Sir Ed has been in the front line of politics for more than 2 decades. He first won his seat in 1997, lost it in the 2015 Lib Dem collapse, and regained it 2 years later. He became party leader in 2020 and has since sought to position the Lib Dems as a centrist and compassionate alternative to both Labour and Reform UK. Yet the significance of this case lies not only in the distress it's caused, but in what it reveals about the growing security risks faced by public figures and senior politicians. Since the murder of Joe Cox in 2016 and Sir David Amess in 2021, MPs have lived under tighter security measures, yet the balance between openness and safety remains fraught. The concept of an accessible democracy is increasingly at odds with the realities of digital fixation, parasocial attachment, and the ease with which political figures can be located, confronted, and harassed. The law provides recourse through the Protection from Harassment Act 1997, which defines stalking as repeated unwanted behaviour causing alarm or distress, and conviction can lead to custodial sentences of up to 10 years in the most serious cases, particularly when the conduct involves weapons or credible threats. Possession of a flick knife adds a further layer of concern. Such weapons were prohibited under the Offensive Weapons Act 2019, carrying potential prison sentences themselves with or without use or threat. The fact that this charge accompanies alleged stalking only heightens public anxiety. So Ed's family situation also brings to the surface the human dimension of political life. Behind the media caricatures and parliamentary jousting are spouses, children and personal burdens, and a stalking case of this kind transforms political disagreement into personal terror. For the Lib Dems, already recovering from the death of Sir Menzies Campbell and facing membership competition from Zach Polanski's Green Party, this incident has cast a sombre shadow. Sir Ed has only recently used his autumn conference in Bournemouth to warn that Nigel Farage's rhetoric risked turning Britain into Trump's America, invoking the image of mass shooting drills in schools. It's grimly ironic that just weeks later his own family has been forced into heightened security. The investigation continues, and the courts will now decide whether Mr. Rowland's conduct meets the legal threshold for stalking. For the moment, Sir Ed Davey's party has closed ranks, issuing no further comment beyond the emphasis on family safety. But this case will likely revive the debate about how Britain protects those in public office, particularly as political polarisation deepens and the boundary between online vitriol and real-world harassment continues to blur. This story is not only about political ideology, but about civic decency, and when the leader of a Democratic Party cannot be sure of his family's safety in his own home, the moral contract between the public and its representatives has been broken.